Welcome back, America. I'm Hugh Hewitt, joined by Mary Katharine Ham. Getting Hammered podcast is in abeyance for a while, but it'll be back soon. Mary Katharine, the Schumer shutdown has crossed, I think, a important point. I think Americans are mad at Democrats now. Do you agree with me?
I almost agree with you. I want to wait a little bit longer to see if I think that's panning out that way. Look, I think it's interesting to see people in media comment like, this is such a chill shutdown. It's like, yeah, because you guys have not been obsessed with dramatizing every single downside of a shutdown because you don't want it to fall at the feet of Democrats. But I do think Republicans just kind of have facts on their side on this one. They passed the clean CR. The New York Times even says it's a clean CR. It goes to the Senate. They need a couple Democrats. Y'all can come on over and vote for that, or y'all cannot, because we're not nuking the filibuster to get the CR done. I mean, this is their standard. We're playing by their rules, and they don't want to play ball.
Now, I think that 46 million people are going to lose SNAP, or 42 million people are going to lose SNAP benefits on Saturday. The Democrats cannot pretend that's because the Republicans want it defunded. I think those people will be plenty angry, and they're going to be plenty angry at Democrats, aren't they?
Look, those are the people who are holding this up, right? They're like, we're going to go to court and demand that Trump use other funds. It's like, no, that's like using it's like paying off the farmers for the damage done by tariffs. Like, you caused the issue, just fix the issue by opening the government. End of story. Also, I saw a great comparison the other day between Glenn Youngkin, who's like, hey, I've been governing well. We have money. So we're going to be standing in for SNAP benefits. In the meantime, we have the resources to do that, and we will get that done. That's a Republican governor. Maryland, Wes Moore, Democrat, is like, they have refused to say whether they'll reimburse us, and obviously we don't have any money because we don't govern well and we don't save our money, and so there's nothing we can do for you. And it looks like, and because it's true, that these people are leveraged for Democrats while Republicans are trying to solve the problem.
Well, I think that is the overwhelming. I think the Democrats are going to fold their tent because letting 40 million people go hungry is not on their agenda, and they're going to get stuck, and that's going to be tattooed. Chuck Schumer melted down. I'll play it for the audience next hour. But I want to turn to the breaking story about Jack Smith, and I don't know if you've had a chance to catch up on Chuck Grassley's presser, where he said a whistleblower gave us the 197 subpoenas that Jack Smith used to wiretap Ted Cruz and surveil Charlie Kirk and Turning Point. This is massive. This is beginning to make Richard Nixon's enemies list look like a playground stunt.
Right. Yeah, I love how liberals just pretend like this is no big deal. They're just grabbing senators' phone records without sort of any predication. What's the alleged crime here, that or the probable cause? I would love to hear. And then it expanded, of course. It feels reminiscent of Obama IRS years to expand, but even more sinister style, into all of these conservative leaders and conservative organizations. Because, of course, what they do is they justify anything by saying Trump is a unique threat, therefore we uniquely must use the levers of power against him in these corrupt ways. And they think that's fine. And that's what's always bothered me about everyone from Fauci to Comey to Jack Smith.
When they went out and got Jack Smith from The Hague, where he had been exiled to do war crimes,
Yeah.
I mean, war crimes might sound sexy, but it's actually not what you want to do if you go to justice. In my days at Justice, there was the Office of Special Investigations, which looked for Nazis, 30 years after the war was over. It's where you put people when you couldn't fire them and they had screwed up. They got sent. It's sort of like Slow House if you watch Slow Horses. And so that's where you went. I think Jack Smith is a nut. And I think he actually is quite sinister and got given the free rein to do whatever he wanted. And boy, did he do whatever he wanted. Do you think there'll be blowback on Democrats for this?
I'm not sure there will be blowback on Democrats for this. Honestly, I am sort of cynical when it comes to whether anyone's going to pay for any of this. Although I saw that Trump's filing a lawsuit in that hush money case to go after them for the way that they ran that case, which I think is worth doing because I think someone should pay for these things. And I hope there is blowback against Democrats, but I think it's largely me who's going to be mad about it and you who's going to be mad about it.
Right. What about in Virginia? Will the laid off federal workers vote for Winsome Sears, or are the automatons are going to go out and pull for the imaginary candidate, Abigail Spanberger? I don't know if we're going to have a governor if she wins. I don't think she actually is alive. What do you think?
She's deeply unimpressive, but this is a blue-purple state, and it takes a very special year and a very special candidate, as happened in 2021, to get a Republican into office. Spanberger has not been good on the trail, in interviews, in debates, but I think it's going to be a real uphill battle for Winsome Sears. I voted early today and surprised the ladies out there with the Democratic tent by taking my Republican sample ballot, as I always like to do in Northern Virginia, because they're not expecting it. And yeah, I wish us the best. And I think the AG race looks a little bit closer, and everything's tightened a little bit over the past couple of weeks. So I have hope.
I can't imagine we would elect a nut. Like Jay Jones must be a nut, right? You don't actually fantasize about putting two bullets in your political opponent's head, right? You don't,
Yeah,
nobody fantasize. That's not a good
It's very
thing.
concerning. It's very concerning. And Miaras has capitalized on this. He has done a good job of publicizing this. He has done a good job of trying to woo people over. What worries me is that a bunch of people might have early voted before this story broke, and people who might have undervoted and just skipped AG might have filled in their ballot, and then it's a done deal before you get to election day. But under Youngkin's tenure, Virginia early voting has improved a bunch for Republicans. They've done the work. They're out there doing it. Winsome Sears has capitalized on every Northern Virginia school board insanity that has happened in the past 3 months, which is many, because they cannot be not psycho. So they've been working hard out there.
You know, Ed Gillespie, I just remember Ed Gillespie, no one gave him a prayer, and he finished this close to winning.
I know.
So I'm holding out for Winsome Sears. We got 15 seconds, Mary Catherine. Any chance Andrew Cuomo saves New York from itself?
I think it's unlikely to happen. And here's the thing. The Democrats have to learn this lesson. Like, if they don't want to end up running New York City into the ground because they think socialism's never been tried before, they need to mount a better challenge than Andrew Cuomo, scandal-ridden, entitled, somebody who's not interested in earning votes and just says you should vote for him. They got to do better.
They don't know how bad it's going to be. It's going to be really bad. Mary Katharine Ham, follow her on X at MK Hammer. We're waiting breathlessly for you and Vic to get together for the reunion tour. It'll be like the Eagles coming out every 10 years. Stay tuned, America. I'm the Hugh Hewitt Show.